A woman in Northwest Alabama is charged with 15 counts of animal cruelty after police discover more than 100 dogs in her home.
Local law enforcement officials acted on a tip earlier this week that the woman was operating an outdoor puppy breeding mill in freezing temperatures.
They lived at this puppy mill their entire lives, robbed of the chance to have a loving family.
They don't know how to be a dog. They don't know how to be a pet. To have somebody love them and talk nicely to them. They don't understand it.
A puppy mill, they got busted. How did
Colbert County Animal Control
come in to help with that situation?
We actually got first a call and then a visit from someone who wanted to make us aware of the situation these animals were in. And upon going out there, the officers realized there was a problem.
When police arrived at the home of Deborah Catledge, they found over 100 Pomeranians and Yorkies stuffed in cages outside.
And so that it went from there, and we ended up with 123 Yorkies and Poms.
Most of them were alive, but several had already frozen to death.
The temperature they were so cold, and their water was frozen, and a couple of these dogs actually had frostbite.
And then you guys had to find a way to somehow fit those 100-something dogs.
We did, and the situation wasn't ideal because we already had a full shelter.
Right.
But what we did was we worked pretty much around the clock, the staff did, trying to keep these animals clean and comfortable until we could make better arrangements for them. You know, we got them bathed, and we got some of them that needed immediate vet care. We got that for them, what we could. Rescues from New York, rescues from Tennessee.
Tell the public why puppy mills are not a good thing.
Well, they're not treated as puppies and pets. They're treated as robot dogs. They just, food gets thrown to them. They're not picked up, they're not held. Most of them, if they're not walking on a cage all day, wire, then they're stepping in their feces and their urine all day. And so they're not well cared for. Their teeth are in terrible condition.
This is a Yorkie that was pulled from the shelter from a rescue.
I don't even know how to say thank you for all the help that we got.
From the volunteers?
From volunteers. We had people from P.A.W.S. We had volunteers from all organizations. They came and they cleaned and they fed and they bathed and they did anything and everything they could. Cheryl Jones, people like A New Fields.
How does, like puppy mills, like the recent incident, how does that harm more than good?
You know, you're breeding dogs, inbreeding. I mean, not to mention the suffering the dogs that went through and the dogs who died. They suffer and they are, mental sadness. That's part of it. And then people adopt these dogs, right? Thinking they spend the money. Then you're getting a very unhealthy dog.
Chaos at the Colbert County Animal Shelter. Dozens of people lined up to adopt some of those neglected animals this morning that were supposed to be up for adoption. The sheriff says deputies were sent to the shelter after a caller claimed members of the crowd got upset when a rescue group began loading up several of the pregnant and sick dogs.
We had to get the sheriff's department out because we had some pushing and shoving going on in the parking lot this morning, so we decided this time we'd just go ahead and close the doors.
You cannot keep breeding. They don't breed 10 puppies, right? So you can make a living breeding. So what do the breeders do? They take whoever goes in the heat cycle, let their brother breed with the female, whatever they can to keep breeding because they don't breed a lot of dogs. What does that do? Unhealthy dogs, unvetted dogs, okay? You just don't know what you're getting into. A lot of inbreeding. Inbreeding is never good. Healthy dog is a mixed breed. Cousins get married. In humans, there is some deformity. Same thing goes to the dogs. And these dogs have a lot of diseases. And I've dealt with a lot of dogs. And as long as you can keep vetting them, spend money on them, good. But if you have to save money to buy one of these dogs for 2 years, you better save that money and do something else because that's not it. The $900 you pay to buy the dog, that doesn't end there.
They don't know how to be They don't know how to play with a toy. They've never stepped in grass. They don't know how to go up and down the stairs. They've never heard a vacuum cleaner. They've never seen a TV. They don't know what it's like to get kisses. They don't know what it's like to sit on a couch. A bed is unheard of.
But with the help of Judy Butterfield and her volunteer team, they're learning. A Paw and a Prayer dog rescue is ready to help those animals get their second chance.
I was just absolutely devastated when I heard about that.
It's inhumane, it's despicable and disgusting. I can't imagine that anybody could do this to dogs.
To have that many precious little dogs and just not care, let them freeze.
Tonight, the surviving animals are on the road to recovery. Luckily, rescue groups across the nation were also ready to help.
So there were rescues from other organizations that did step forward and came from Florida and Virginia and West Virginia.
And they did anything and everything they could. Cheryl Jones, people like a New Fields, we had Debbie Nelson, just numerous people, too many people for me to name. But they were here for 8, 10, 12 hours at a time, some maybe 4 or 5. They gave all they could give. They gave everything they had. And it was amazing. Rolled up their sleeves, had their little rubber boots on, and off to work they went. No job was too much, no job was too little. When everybody pitches in, the staff, everybody, you can do wonders.
For people who don't know what rescue groups are, tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization and what you guys do.
Okay.
Another idea, folks, if you don't have a good thing that you want to necessarily do, but you want something for animals and you can't house them, there's always something. Let's think about gift cards. Gift cards come in many different things. We have gift cards for the Pet Depots and Walmart and Tractor Supply. You can also get gift cards for gas, and that would help to transport the animals to the vet and to other rescues so that we can get them to their forever home. If each of us could just put $5 or $10 on a reusable gift card and donate that, which is tax deductible, to a shelter so that they could help transport the animals, we could make everybody a little bit better every day.
I still believe